Hey everybody, Chris with Audio Obsession, back with another video. I hope you're all doing well today. For me, it was a hot one in the shop. Tired, dirty, overheated, whatever. Who cares? Just finally cooling down. A little bit whipped here, but I got some music to get to and some fantastic art. So I gotta make sure I rehydrate myself with some bourbon. Bourbon. Oh. Okay. Anyway, so first to start off with, what I'm listening to. So the video is going to be a continuation of my last one, where I'm just kind of running through the alphabet through my record collection and just picking out album covers and bands just to showcase the cover art. What we're listening to right at the moment doesn't necessarily, well, at least for me, doesn't fall under the, fantastic artwork for the cover art, but I hadn't listened to it in a long time and I wanted to put it on, so this is what I'm listening to. And it would be Piogenesis, Sweet X-Rated Nothings. So for anybody who doesn't know Piogenesis, they're a German band that started out in the really early 90s. They were on like the Nuclear Blast record label, and they kind of started off with like a death metal band, straight death metal band. Then they started really quickly evolving into a melodic death band with all of a sudden like pop and rock influences. And then they kind of, after a couple albums, after I believe Twin Ale Blood, I was hanging on by a thread, and then after that they kind of moved on to this like pop punk-ish type style, which they lost me then. But anyways, their first couple albums, I absolutely love them. Fantastic. So if you have never checked these guys out, Piogenesis, Sweet X-Rated Nothings. Anyways, moving on after a sip. Okay, so the last video that I did, I skipped past two records for some odd reason that I wanted to showcase and I completely forgot. They're very well-known records, but I'm now completely out of order in my alphabet. So, but whatever, I'm going to backtrack real quickly. And this would be a band from Chicago, which needs no introduction to that cover, Broken Hope. Bowels of Repugnance. Check out that cover. This was one of my absolute favorite covers back in the early 90s. And I absolutely love this style of art where you've got like just the flesh stretched out and intertwined and intestinal, just like, look at this guy. He's not having a good day there. Look at all this. I was about to say shit. Whatever. But yeah, one of my favorite album covers. And I remember I used to draw these. I actually had it from my high school art class. I was going to show it, but I misplaced it. So I was basically just copying the cover art. Whatever, but yeah, fantastic album, fantastic band. The artist, Rob Smits. So I'm going to be looking down here for my artist names in my notes. But yeah, fantastic album. One of my favorite. The first two Broken Hope albums for me are just, they're the shit. They put out fantastic albums ever since then, up until, their last releases, but I don't know, there's just something about, because the early 90s, this stuff was new and pioneering, and there's just something about this stuff that you can't seem to recreate. Once it's out there, other bands try, but it's just, no, this was here first, and just that kind of idea. Fantastic album. Chicago death metal. Now this next one, I don't know why I had a total lapse on this one. This would be a band from Rochester, and this album needs no introduction either. And that would be Cannibal Corpse's Eaten Back to Life. So when this album came out, I had the CD, and then I also had the shirt. And wearing a shirt like this back in grade school was a little on the risque side because of, you know, the subject matter, but I got away with it. I mean, nowadays, kids get away with bloody murder, but, you know, back when this came out, to wear a shirt like this, you kind of got some issues, you know, if you're in school from teachers. Especially Butchered at Birth. That landed me into a bit of trouble, and Tomb of the Mutilated, the uncensored cover. That one landed me into some trouble too. But anyways, enough of that. This would be the infamous Vincent Locke, who was notorious for doing Cannibal Corpse covers, and his art is just incredible. I absolutely love this horror style art of his. And this image right here is just absolutely synonymous with, you know, early 90s death metal albums. And let's see the back cover, a little bit more of the graveyard scene. And I don't think, no, this one was just a black vinyl, so nothing fancy to show there. Okay, so now I'm back into my alphabet, where I'll be going from, where we go, F to K. So this next band is a Canadian band from Calgary, Alberta, and they fall under the stoner rock, stoner doom category. Really cool band, and I really love this cover art. And the band is Flashback. And just, you know, a really cool cover art where it just pops. It comes out at you. It almost kind of looks like it would be a thrash album, but it's definitely not a thrash album. The album title is Heathen of Influence. So the artist on this would be Dino Robertson. And yeah, let's see here. Oh yeah, okay. So this was a limited to, I think it was something like 200 copies. And cool green. Really cool. So yeah, fantastic band, a young band from Calgary. And yeah, really cool stoner doom. You know, a little bit like Electric Wizard here and there, but yeah, really cool Canadian band. And I was glad to come across this. For me, I love collecting when it's Canadian. To me, it's, you know, when you get your own homegrown stuff, and it's like there'll be people around the world that may not know about stuff like this. So like some of the videos that I've watched, Mark G with a C, he's been putting out his thrash albums, and UK thrash bands, and there's such a large amount that I've never even heard of, never even seen before. So it's like I'm sitting there, you know, writing these names down and checking them all out. So if I can do something similar to like a Canadian band, I'm sure as hell gonna do it. So check these guys out. The next band, where are we off to? Okay, so this next band is from Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm gonna stick at the moment with the stoner doom type category. These guys on this album, the fuzz tone is just nasty fuzz tone. And this band would be Goya. And it's their 777 album. So you got lots of stuff going on here in this cover. It's like one of those, like I call the Where's Waldo covers, where you're just kind of looking, finding all kinds of hidden gems in there. Really cool. Wouldn't be a stoner rock band without having, you know, some outer space stuff going on in there. Gotta have some mushrooms, right? Yeah, a little bit of pentagram there, make it evil. But yeah, fantastic stuff. This is definitely a favorite album of mine. It just... nothing sounds like this band. This band has their own sound. They've been compared to like Electric Wizard and stuff like that, but they've got their own sound. Definitely have their own sound. The artist would be... let me see here, I'm getting... Hunter Hancock is the artist for this album cover right here. So, really, really cool stuff. If you like your heavy, thick, fuzz, stoner doom, you gotta check this band out. They put out a good handful of albums, and every single one is fantastic. They've done some really great work. And each, with this band, which was really cool, what they would do is they'd kind of change their sound. They wouldn't just keep the same exact guitar tone. They just kind of keep changing in little bits here and there every album, just to kind of spice it up. So, fantastic band. Check them out, definitely. This next band is a stoner rock band from Sweden with a really cool cover. They're called the Graviators. Now, hopefully, I won't get in trouble for this. Don't report me for the boobies. But yeah, check out that cover. It is fantastic art. Absolutely fantastic art. And like I said, these guys are a stoner rock band from Sweden. Really fantastic sound. And of course, we got the back, which is, you know, more of a forest scene. Let's see if I can get the whole gist of it here. I can't see. Okay, anyways. So the artist for this would be Vance Kelly. So fantastic stuff here. I'm not sure. This one's a double vinyl. And, oh yeah, okay. So the vinyl is actually pretty cool too. So they get the colors to kind of go with the color scheme of the album. With, of course, that label on there. Really cool. So yeah, if you're into, you know, stoner, your rock and roll, like really cool band, especially Sweden's got a knack for pumping out, you know, almost any genre of rock music, and they do a really good job of it, like, all the time. So they're just kind of that, you know, jack of all trades. They'll pick a genre and they'll pretty much just annihilate it. So check these guys out, Graviators. It's a really cool album. This next band, so I got two of their albums. I'm one album short, but two different artists, and we're gonna move over to the death metal scene with Gatecreeper. And this is a fantastic album cover. And I really like, they got, it's kind of like that shiny embossed type, can't really catch it in the light there, you know. The whole cover's matte, and then you got the nice gloss Gatecreeper logo, and Deserted album is what it's titled. But yeah, lots going on in this album cover too. Really, really cool stuff. So the artist in question here is Brad Moore. Of course, here's a picture of the band. So these guys, they're, you know, I'm sure if you don't know about these guys, they're kind of like a mixture of, like, say, early Florida death metal-ish, like 90s era, mixed with the Swedish sound too. So kind of a nice kind of mesh together. Fantastic band. Fantastic band. And yeah, so then the next one would be Gatecreeper again, except this time it's Adam Burke. And Sonoran Deprivation is the album title. And this is just a really cool painting. Really cool. By the infamous Attenberg. Now, it's kinda, I'm gonna see if I can point out, but this is a cool cover to sit, listen to the album, and then pick out all the little tiny nuances in here, little skulls here and there, just kind of floating through the album cover here and just picking out. I love when they do stuff like this, just kind of adding, you know, little stuff to look for. You pay attention and all of a sudden you're starting to see little faces, and yeah, really cool stuff. Fantastic band, absolutely incredible. Not sure if this... No, this one is just a black vinyl. I can't remember if... Oh, yeah, okay. So this back to the Deserted album. I want to show this vinyl. Really cool. Relapse puts out, you know, fantastic vinyl here. It's kind of like a bit of a purple bone splatter. Yeah. Really cool. Nice and fancy. But yeah, definitely a band worth checking out. I still have one more Gatecreeper album to pick up that I have not got yet, but soon, eventually. Now, and sorry, Gatecreeper was from Arizona, if I didn't mention that. Now we're coming back to Canada again. And this time, we're going to change up to some thrash. And for me, this album defines thrash metal. And the band, Hazard. And the album title is Misleading Evil. And right there, for me, that screams thrash album. Out of all the genres, like, you've got your death metals, your gore and stuff like that, whatever, but thrash bands always had a certain style. And this right here, that to me is thrash metal style art. Really cool. The artist for this is Andrei Buzakov. I hope I didn't butcher that one. Kind of a cool little concept here. You know, side A, you got nice pretty side, and then side B, your evil side. So that's your paradise and your torment. So yeah, fantastic band, Calgary band, and really it is straight up amazing thrash. Fantastic album. Everything about it just screams thrash. Very well written stuff. Put out on a cool record label, nice little boutique label, No Slip Records. See if you can see that there. No Slips put out some really cool bands, and I was really excited when they had this Canadian band on there. I thought, oh shit, I'm jumping all over this. Great record. This next one, we're moving on to I. We're gonna go to the Death Doom category. And this album here is a favorite of mine, and it would be Innumerable Forms. The album title, Punishment in Flesh. So now, what's fun about this cover for me is that what it reminds me of is like a demo quality art. And there's something to be said about demo quality art. Is fantastic. I absolutely love, like, in an actual demo when a band takes everything all on their own and they do, and this is just what the art reminds me of. So not so much that this is what this band does, but when you got a band that's a DIY band that literally does everything. puts it on a cassette tape and hands it out. Like, this is just what this cover reminds me of, is that type of demo stuff. Really cool. And if you've not heard Innumerable Forms, basically you look at this cover of, like, you know, some sort of swamp thing coming out of the water, and if you had to picture what the vocalist is going to sound like, picture it's coming from this guy right here, and this best describes what you're going to get. The first song, Intruders, is an intro to it, then it goes into Punishment and Flesh. Literally, the way it starts off, it sets the whole mood for the album with just a and just freaking open it up. And just absolutely incredible. Sludgy as all hell, and the vocals are just nasty guttural. Fantastic stuff. Love this album. Got a little bit more art in here. You get your lyrics and stuff going on, but yeah, fantastic record. And by the way, I should probably mention the artist. Seth Goodkind is the artist of this cover. And I am not sure if... oh yeah, okay. I believe... I can't remember how many this was limited to, but whatever. I got the clear version. Really cool looking. Just nice clear vinyl. I always loved the clear. Just has a really cool look to it. But yeah, Innumerable Forms. Pure nasty death doom at its best. Fantastic stuff. And that came out on Profound Lore. Well, an incredible label with lots of stuff. And if I didn't mention, the Death Doom from Boston. And on this one here, getting kind of parched. Okay, so this next one. Okay, so I'm a Hendrix fan. Me personally, he definitely revolutionized guitar playing. Even though it's not metal music, I 100% believe he revolutionized the sound of metal and rock music. With the sounds that he was creating, incredible guitarist. Absolutely incredible. But anyways, this album here was actually put out by Magnetic Eye Records, and this particular one is the best of James Marshall Hendrix. So, a little bit about Magnetic Eye Records is a killer record label that puts out some fantastic music. Now, they've actually had a run, really cool idea, like an amazing idea to get bands to do, like, say, best of or redux albums. So they'll take, I got a list here of, they've done Alice in Chains' Dirt album, so they'll have a list of bands that pick a song on the album and just do their version of it. There's been Helmet, Meantime, which I freaking love that album. The Dirt album, man, that one came out so incredible. Fantastic bands on there. There's a new AC/DC one that they're actually just starting to push out there for pre-orders, which I'm gonna hop on that one because that sounds like it's gonna be really cool. Of course, the best of Hendrix, and with this I got the there was the Electric Ladyland redux. So a bunch of bands took a song on that album and, you know, made it their own. Fantastic stuff. Sabbath's Volume 4, they did one of those, and Pink Floyd's The Wall. So, but anyways, this artist here is Caitlin Hackett, and yeah, I just, you know what, really cool art. Really cool art. I got into the pre-orders when the talks of this was going to happen, so I got to see, you know, the artist start and then finish with the covers between this and Electric Ladyland cover art. And yeah, just really cool process to see. And this is just great art. Not only that, but just fantastic bands. Like last video I mentioned Child, which I said was kind of like an Australian version of like a Hendrix. Elephant Tree, fantastic band. Wofat, awesome stoner rock band. Stub, another UK band. Geezer, I'm a huge Geezer fan, and not Geezer Butler, but Geezer the band. If anybody's heard of the Electric Bearded Doom, that would be the lead singer for Geezer. Yeah, another Wofat tune. Fantastic album, so check out Magnetic Eye Records, and check out the Redux albums, and even, you know, this one, the best of. Great stuff, fantastic art. And this particular album I shown when I got it on one of my updates, and I'm showing it again because I love this cover. It is such a killer cover. And that would be King Buffalo's new record. And The Burden of Restlessness. But check that cover out. Man, that is so cool. I freaking love that. Incredible art. Absolutely amazing. I just love all this. Just looks cool. And the artist for this, now I'm gonna butcher this one, I'm sure. Zdzislaw Bekzinski. I hope I didn't butcher it that bad, but really cool artist. And this is just a favorite of mine. I love this. The album, of course, for me is fantastic. These guys are like a bluesy psych, prog rock, stoner band from just over the border in the US here. And yeah, just fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. And this video is, yeah, okay, so we're getting close to half an hour. So I'm just going to stop at this record, and I'll, you know, a couple days I'll continue on for the next one. So now, this last one for today, I was fortunate enough to see these guys play live in Toronto, and they sounded just as good live as they do on their albums. And I'm a big fan of Chemists. Not only that, but this cool art. And they've been having a theme for their first few albums with having this wizard guy on there. But basically, this cover art right here pretty much explains, you know, the style of music that they're playing, like lyrically, fantasy, you know, wizard battle stuff. But yeah, great art. Hunted, sorry, is the album title. And of course, I really like this, a nice foiled, you know, band title here, an album title. Oh, I'm having a brain fart, I'm getting tired. Here's some more on the back here. Really cool stuff. So this band, these guys are from Denver, Colorado, and for me they fit, if you don't know, they fit in a category with Paul Bearer and Spirit Adrift. I would say a little bit sound closer to Spirit Adrift than Paul Bearer, but I find that their sound just kind of still all, you know, goes into the same type of category. Paul Bearer, mind you, is a little bit more slower in some of their tunes, a little more, I don't want to say melodic, because these guys are pretty melodic too. Especially vocally, killer vocals. But yeah, so anyways, Sam Turner, before I forget, is the artist. So really cool stuff. I'll see. Yeah, so this was a limited edition, and it just kind of, you know, to go along with the album art coloring. Really cool. Nice looking vinyl. It also came with, so instead of just your typical insert, it actually came in a cool booklet. So you've got your, your front and rear cover art, and then you'll have your lyrics and more artwork to go with. And of course, the lyrics and everything go hand in hand with, the artwork. The song titles go with the artwork here, and just a really cool touch. Just something a little bit different than your typical insert. So yeah, really cool stuff. So, okay, we're hitting the half hour already, so I am going to take off here. First, another one. By the way, I found this, dug this out. There's my original cassette when it came out. Might be hard to see on camera here, but this is pretty worse for wear here, worn. Some cracks and chips and stuff, but yeah, this was well used in the 90s. In the 90s up until now. So fantastic. Anyways, thank you very much if you held out to the end for watching. I appreciate all the comments, like I've said before, all the likes, the subscriptions. I'm kind of slowly building up there. I know I'm not doing anything, different. I'm not reinventing the wheel, but it's just fun. Sometimes I get, kind of surprised when somebody says, "Oh, I've never seen that before," and I'm thinking, "Wow, here I thought, everybody's seen this." So it's kind of cool if, I can help contribute to this community. So, anyways, thank you for listening to me ramble on, and yeah, next video is either going to be an update or I'm just going to continue my alphabet in my records and show you some really cool art and some killer bands. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.